All right, guys, we are going to be recording bag number 6 of the Batmobile. Parts 1 through 8 and 9 for bags 1 and 2 are up on TikTok. If you would like to see them, you are more than welcome to. They should be down below. And we're continuing on. This has been an awesome build so far. Somebody did ask what I plan on building next. And I went and picked this up yesterday. This is my November build. Is the NASA Artemis. I mean, it's 3,600 pieces. It's going to take some time. It stands over 2 feet tall, which is super cool. Love the size. So yeah, that'll be my November build. Not always. The one thing that you learn when people do their TikToks, record, go live, you get a glimpse into their life. So you probably have noticed that I am a documentary freakazoid. I love docs. I love movies that are about real people. That's kind of my jam. Speaking of which, if you get a chance to see Reagan, please watch it. It is incredibly good. Ronald Reagan, he was the type of president that made you want to get involved in politics. He was very pro-America, down with Russia. The infamous line, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. That whole thing. Audio might sound a little bit different. It might be a little gnarly. I was having some audio problems. I have to get it figured out for tomorrow. I am recording my first new podcast episode tomorrow, so that will be available via your favorite podcasting platforms. And what am I podcasting about? We're actually going to be talking about, we're going to be doing some Star Wars. And we're going to talk about the very first Jedi. The very first Jedi. If you're like me and a huge Star Wars fan, there is all this myth and lore, but we don't talk about a lot of the origins in the movies. And so because I am a fan of learning something new, I had to do a bunch of research to learn about the very first Jedi. How was the first lightsaber made? What was the circumstances surrounding it? The whole shooting match. And then I thought, there's probably other fans of Star Wars out there like me who would love to hear about this. So that is what drove me to decide my topic. So, and if you are a Star Wars fan and at some point would like to be a guest on the podcast, I am always looking for good show content. So, I think live banter back and forth is an extremely valuable part of. I used to podcast, and so I have a little bit of experience with it. And live bantering back and forth is extremely important, I think, for good dynamics of a podcast. Jesus. I don't think students at Western pay that kind of money for classes. I think, isn't that the asshole that bought that $100,000 Porsche he was bragging about? I think it was. All right, we are cruising right along, folks. Tomorrow's Halloween. How excited are you for Halloween? I'd love to hear if people are dressing up. Do you go to parties? I mean, are you one of these like old schools where you go out and trick or treat as an adult? Send me a message. I'd love to hear some good adult, non pornographic, please, um, Halloween stories. I don't get to do that kind of thing anymore. I'm too old. Would love to. Would love to dress up like. That's why I want to do like a Star Wars um, celebration, because then I could go on character and wouldn't be looked at as weird. All right, we are cruising right along. We are on step right now. We are on step 118. If you guys build Lego sets, do you ever find this where you start going and it almost like builds itself? It's so smooth and so the steps are so quick because you're like locked in. It's kind of how I feel with sets from time to time, and this has definitely got that flavor. I'm like, I am super locked in right now. Yeah, I think that's, you're wanting to know what I was doing. This piece right here, we have to push it in because of these gray bricks right there. Still cranking along though. See, that's a little weird right there. This brick usage is a little different. All right, looks like this is the last steps for bag number 6. All right. There we go. The front is looking like that so far. One thing you'll love if you're like me, feel the sturdiness of the build. It doesn't feel like pieces are going to fall off just by handling it. It survives the shake test. All right, guys, that is bag number 6.